Let us pray. In the name of all that is holy and sacred, we offer our prayers of gratitude and ask for blessings on all who have made this day possible, this dream a reality. And we thank you for the families who have sacrificed and given so much for this moment in the lives of these students. We thank you for the faculty, administrators, and staff for the rich contributions to the learning experience. And now we ask for your blessings on this special moment as we celebrate the class of 2024. Amen. Please be seated. It's now my honor to introduce Avery Henderson, representing the Navajo Nations, who will deliver our land acknowledgement.
Greetings. Today, please join me in recognizing the sacred grounds upon which we stand, the ancestral lands of the Serrano, the Kiowa, and Navajo nations. We must honor the invaluable contributions of this community, paying respect to our ancestors. Our pledge here at the University of Redlands extends beyond mere acknowledgement. It is a commitment to deepening our understanding of the land we call home. We are actively fostering a sense of unity with the original protectors of this land by recognizing and honoring their deep connection to the earth, their traditions, and their wisdom. We will continue to celebrate diversity, preserve cultural heritage, and ensure a sustainable future for the generations to come. Let us walk in harmony with the spirit of the land and its people. And as we move forward, may we always remember that our actions today shape the landscape of tomorrow. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Krista Newkirk, the 12th president of the University of Redlands, and on behalf of the Board of Trustees, the faculty and staff, I welcome you to the 2024 commencement of our School of Business and Society. Please join me in welcoming and thanking our wonderful faculty who are with us today. Faculty, would you please stand? I'd also like to extend a welcome to all active duty and military veterans joining us today. We invite you to stand and we'd like to thank you for your service. I'm also honored to welcome our esteemed commencement speaker, Mariana Cantor, Chief Marketing Officer at Esri, who will give our commencement address. Ms. Cantor, it's a pleasure to welcome you to our campus. Families, parents, and friends, your steadfast support, sacrifices, and boundless love have been crucial to the journey of each graduate here today. Your belief in your students' potential has fueled their determination, and your presence is a testament to the importance of family and community. We deeply appreciate your contributions to our students' success, and we thank you for being with us today. Students, could we give your family a round of applause? Students, today symbolizes one of the most important days in your life and the life of the university. Delivering a message to you that is meaningful and, dare I hope, even a little bit memorable, is a daunting task. Standing up here and looking out at all of you, it feels like I am on a launching pad next to a rocket. The engines are ignited. The whole structure is vibrating with energy and excitement as you count down to receiving your diploma. And then we release the supports and your engines fully ignite and you are propelled into the future, perhaps going where no one has gone before. That's a Star Trek reference, in case you didn't know. This year, we launched a new marketing campaign called Relentlessly Redlands. Why am I bringing up marketing right now when obviously the time for marketing is past? Well, it's because we chose the word relentless because you, our students, told us how much that word meant to you, that it captured your journey, as many of you chose your college at a time when the world was disrupted and no one knew what your college experience was going to look like. Class of 2024, you are relentless. You are strong, you are hardworking, brave, and determined. You are the Redlands class of 2024. Let's hear it. And what a class you are. I'll share just a few statistics. 67% of you are first-generation college students. Your diversity of race, background, and gender is one of your trademarks, and 39 of you are completing your second U of R degree. I think that's pretty impressive. But despite your differences in background and experiences, you have one very important thing in common. That along with all the joy, fun, and triumphs of the past years, at the very same time, you have had to call upon your strength. The best college experiences test us. They try us and challenge us. And yet, through them, we are strengthened and refined. We emerge with new knowledge and experiences that will sustain us throughout our lifetimes. And we become even better versions of ourselves. Perhaps my favorite example of this kind of strength is also one of the most well-known. When Nelson Mandela was unjustly imprisoned for 18 years on Robben Island in South Africa, inside his small cell, he kept a poem with him to help remind him of his own name, meaning who he was and what he stood for when times were bleakest. That poem is called Invictus, and decades later, when Mandela became president of South Africa, he referenced it often. Allow me to share it with you. Out of the night that covers me, black as pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloody but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade, and yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. It matters not how strait the gate, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. Invictus can stand as a beacon for all of us. As I think about you and the incredible journey you have been on and the one you're about to embark on, remember, class of 2024, you are the masters of the fate and the captain of your soul. May you go into the world with the ability to see clearly, decide wisely, and act justly. All right, class of 2024, it's about that time. You're about to be bulldogs for life. Are you ready? Okay. Your mission is a go. We're on the final countdown, and it's about time for you to blast off. But now it is my pleasure to introduce Jim Ashby, Chair of the University's Board of Trustees, who will deliver a message on behalf of our board.
Well, good evening. Thank you, President Newkirk. It is my honor and privilege to be here to celebrate the graduates from the School of Business and Society at the University of Redlands. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, let me extend my heartiest congratulations to you for the hard work and dedication that got you to this moment. I'm a very proud alumnus of the University of Redlands. 42 years ago, I know I don't look that old, I started at 3, I sat in a chair not unlike yours and listened to some chairman who I cannot remember his name, drone on about something that he thought was important, and I can't remember that either. And so I suspect you'll relegate me to that status shortly. So I'll try to keep this short. One of the things I've learned since I graduated Redlands is how important my experience was here. The friends I made, the work habits I developed, the ability to solve problems, to work on teams, etc. And those things will serve you well as you go back into the workforce or go into the workforce. One of my heroes is Sir Winston Churchill, as you may know, who was the Prime Minister of England, Great Britain, during World War II. He had a gift of oratory, he was steely, and his nickname, ironically, was Bulldog, because he was relentless. And so I want to share a quote that struck me with you, and perhaps you'll remember this and perhaps you won't, but I'm going to share it anyways. He said, "To each person there comes a special moment when we are tapped on the shoulder and offered the chance to do a very special thing, unique to us and fitted to our talents." I'm absolutely convinced that that opportunity will come your way. It will be unique to you and fitted to your talents. And your background here at Redlands, your degree that you received, will help you be in a position to say yes when that opportunity arises. Don't shirk from it. And when you do accept it, be relentless. Be relentless. So, graduates, I just want to congratulate you on arriving at this moment. Soon you'll be Bulldog alumni, and the sooner I shut up, the sooner you'll get there. So I just want to congratulate you again and remind you that once a Bulldog, always a Bulldog. So it's now my pleasure to introduce your Dean of the School of Business and Society, Tom Horan.
Good afternoon. How many of you have been checking the weather every 10 minutes? We have. I'm sure there's some metaphor there, but I'm just hoping, and it's working. We've been saying rain, rain, stay away all day, and I think we're going to make it. First, on behalf of the faculty and staff of the School of Business and Society, I want to express our congratulations to you and our appreciation for you choosing our career, our education for your career and your lives moving forward. Today is a big day for you and for those who have supported you in this journey. And they're in the stands right here, and I'm sure they've played an important part in you being successful. For some of you, you started during a COVID crisis. For others of you, you started as you and we were finding our way to a new post-COVID era of life, really, of work and family and education. And for us, it meant more choices, more online, more degrees, more personalization. Thank you for taking that journey with us. Today is a big day, and I want to support you, and we want to support you as much as we can. Along the way in this journey, we became the School of Business and Society in 2021. We have talked since then about educating doers, dreamers, and trailblazers who will impact business and the world. Now, we know many of you are doers, getting the job done, getting the class done, getting the degree done. Know many of you are dreamers, thinking big. This education is part of your dream moving forward. And we know many of you are trailblazers, innovators with an entrepreneurial spirit. Whether you are a doer, a dreamer, or a trailblazer, or some combination of the three, which most of us are, today we celebrate your accomplishments and how your Redlands education and business degree ushers you into a new chapter of your life. And with your degree, you join some 30,000 alumni who are out there making a difference. We hope you'll continue to feel a strong connection to the school and to the university and participate in the many alumni activities that we have. Now, while it's important to make a mark on the world, whether a doer, a dreamer, or trailblazer, it can make a difference. But what's equally important is how you do it. And the important part there is to remember to be kind. Remember to be empathetic. Remember to give a break. I know that for me, working with people who are both driven and kind has gone a long way. In fact, it's some of the best experiences I've had in my career, and I feel it's highly synergistic when you find that collaboration, the ideas, the trust, to really try and move things ahead and make a difference. Now, we are lucky because we have, folks here that embody it. As I switch to introducing our student speaker, my advice to you is short. Be bold, yet be kind. And now, as we move to our class speaker, Judy Rodriguez, she is somebody who is both bold and kind. Judy Rodriguez is a San Bernardino native from a blended family of 9. A trailblazer in her family, she achieved the milestone of becoming the first graduate with an Associate of Arts liberal arts degree from San Bernardino Valley College. Currently, she's the Chief Financial Officer for Caring Circuit Institute, a venture that she co-owns with her husband. Their shared vision is not limited to only business, but extends to making meaningful contributions to society. Beyond her professional endeavors, Judy and Samuel are devoted parents of 3 daughters and an active member of their community church. Please, at this moment, help me welcome Judy Rodriguez as a student speaker.
Oh man, he covered part of my speech. Well, welcome families, staff, faculty, and graduating class of 2024. My name is Judy Rodriguez. It's my honor to speak with you this evening. My hope is that my story will inspire you in the next step of your journey. But let's reflect on the journey traveled to get to this point today. My story might sound similar to yours. I was born and raised in San Bernardino. I'm child number 7 in a blended family of 9. I was the first to graduate from college with an associate degree in my family, which took me 4 years, by the way. I'm a mother of 3 girls, a wife to an amazing man for the last 12 years. I'm a daughter, a sister, a friend, a neighbor, a coworker, a supervisor, a serving church member, a business owner, and now a graduate with a bachelor's degree in business from the great University of Redlands. Just like you, I began this program with the end in mind. Through late nights, tears, and sorry girls, Mama has class tonight. Or sorry babe, I gotta get this paper done. We did it. We made it to commencement. But where do we go from here? While we're planning and dreaming of what comes next, the best place we can start is by defining the why, or better yet, the who we are doing this for. As we navigate through what comes next, there's one area that we can't go wrong. It's people. When you make it your mission to serve people, I guarantee you will find more fulfillment than just working for a paycheck. Working for money will burn you out, but working for purpose will sustain you. As a business owner, I have the amazing privilege of running a business with my husband. We serve individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities, and we help prepare them for employment. In a world that has told them that they can't do this or that because of their disability, we made it our mission to show them they have purpose. Let's find it. Let's build it. And then there are days when the workload is so overwhelming and I question, What did I get myself into? And then imposter syndrome sinks in, and I think, you're just a girl from San Bernardino. What could you do? Then there are moments when I see a client receive their first paycheck that they earned, and the smile on their face is worth it all. Or when a parent shares with me that their fear of what might happen to their child after they passed away, but now seeing their son or daughter gain some independence, it gives them hope. This is working for purpose. Persevering through college not only gave me the knowledge that I needed to grow my company, it has shown me what I'm capable of accomplishing by the grace of God, no matter how many hats I'm wearing. So class of 2024, I challenge you, find your who. Who will you be serving? Whose life will you be making a difference in? You have purpose. Find it and build it. Thank you guys and congratulations.
Good evening. I am Adrienne McCormick, Provost of the University of Redlands. This year, the School of Business and Society is pleased to welcome Mariana Cantor, who will deliver this year's School of Business and Society Commencement Address. Mariana Cantor is the Chief Marketing Officer of Esri, an industry-leading multi-billion-dollar software company headquartered right here in Redlands, California. She leads Esri's global marketing and communication strategies, promoting the applications and benefits of geographic information systems technology. She has a rich background in software, engineering, and management, and has held leadership roles at several renowned organizations. She is a frequent contributor to Forbes and a recipient of the Top 100 Women Leaders in Technology Award in 2021. Please help me welcome Mariana Cantor.
Well, hello, everyone. You've been giving a lot of advice. I have only 45 more pages of advice for you. No, I don't. Just a few. Thank you, University of Redlands School of Business and Society and distinguished faculty. Thank you, President Krista Newkirk and Dean Tom Horan, for inviting me to be part of this joyful celebration. Special compliments to the supportive families and proud parents. And above all, my fondest congratulations to the class of 2024. Your degree is a significant achievement and a testament to your determination and resilience. Your degree is also privilege and a responsibility. As you stand on the threshold of your individual future, know that our collective future depends on your enlightened leadership and your commitment to the universal values of truth, integrity, and compassion. I'm honored to be standing here before you, and with humility, I share some life lessons acquired over my 30-year career with the hope that my insights will be useful in your personal and professional journeys. I'm a Jewish immigrant from Ukraine. I arrived in America as a teenager without command of English or knowledge of American culture. I went on to pursue higher education, venture across continents, and assume leadership roles in esteemed organizations. But beyond these accolades, who am I really? Well, I'm an outsider, an instigator, I'm impatient, I'm sensitive to criticism, I'm also resilient, funny, and above all, intensely curious. You may ask, so what? Well, in this address, I advocate that self-knowledge is the source of personal power. I argue that personal power together with authentic narratives, create outsized collective benefit. It is oversaid, but we're in an age of unprecedented change, where the velocity of transformation surpasses anything witnessed previously. Every generation before yours, including mine, was convinced that its moment in history was special. But over thousands of past generations, fundamental constructs of life, like work, resources, climate, lifespan, access to information, were largely stable and predictable. Change happened at the speed of collective intelligence, which was constrained by the speed of communication. Not until very recently do tidal waves of information and misinformation crisscross the earth at the speed of light and at cosmic scale. Your generation is objectively in a unique and extraordinary point on our human trajectory. We're at the juncture of everything changing. Our collective intelligence is approaching superhuman abilities, but without full understanding and control of outcomes. The questions that loom before us are complex. How will our changing climate shape human migration and access to resources? How will bioengineering extend lifespans? How will longer lifespans affect distribution of wealth? How will artificial intelligence change the labor market and, more existentially, decisions and control? Solutions will require broad, coordinated action and a shared vision. In this new context, you will need and want to not only harness your individual power, but learn how to build networks of collaborators and activate large-scale cooperation with purpose, responsibility, and intention. I understand that this is what is meant by being a graduate of the School of Business and Society, and I applaud this mission. Humanity's greatest achievements have been based on our singular ability to cooperate at scale, from building the world's great cities to mapping the human genome. Yet, we're as prone to inflicting collective suffering, like war and destruction, as we are to manifesting collective greatness. So how do we steer our collective power to build resilience, to bring prosperity, and to harness technology for good? It starts with understanding and embracing your authentic self, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Ground your personal power in real self-knowledge, in your ability to recognize and reject self-deception and turn your perceived deficits into strengths. For instance, I know that as an outsider, I bring creative perspectives. As an instigator, I activate change. My impatience drives productivity. My sensitivity to criticism teaches compassion. Self-actualization is a lifelong pursuit, and it's both rewarding and uniquely powerful. But over the course of my career, I learned that individual empowerment alone is not enough to achieve collective transformation. Something else is required, a story enough people believe in. There's a saying, a person needs a story more than food to stay alive. Throughout your career, you will need narratives to bring people together, to inspire cooperation and progress. Honest stories, like good prevails over evil and all humans are equal, are grounded in moral truths. But disingenuous stories, like technology is evil or identities make us fundamentally different, can distort truth, spread ignorance and chaos. Here's what I know. To tell honest, authentic stories that move collective force in a positive direction, you need to first know yourself. Diagnosing false beliefs and asserting your true self without fear of speaking truth requires conviction, and conviction comes from deep and honest examination of your true motives, your real aspirations, and knowledge of your principles. Do not outsource any part of your pursuit for truth and authenticity. Build a vision, craft stories that bring people together, work and learn, and lead from the power of truth, integrity, and compassion. My generation came of age in an era of disruption driven by technology and globalization. And it was just a taste of what we're living through today. Amidst a whirlwind of progress, fundamental questions pertaining to our future remain unanswered. The effects and implications of changing climate, politics, economics, the promise and threat of technologies are still unknown. Your generation is inheriting a more complex and unpredictable future. As stewards of this new age, you're poised at the intersection of limitless possibilities, but also profound responsibility. But know this, you're up for the task. You can shape our future for the better. Take chances, have faith in your fortitude, have the courage to know thyself and seek what is true. Have the patience and curiosity to learn deeply and recognize the transformative power of commitment to a collective enterprise. Thank you and good luck.
Thank you, Mariana, for that very inspiring speech. Speaking of collective enterprise, we're about to get to the real show here, which is your graduation. Yes, let's get going. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Business please stand and remain standing? Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Management please stand? President Newkirk, the candidates whose names are printed in the program have satisfactorily completed all the requirements for graduation, or will soon do so, and are recommended by the faculty for their bachelor's degree.
All right, are you ready? By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the University of Redlands and the laws of the state of California, I confer upon you the respective bachelor degrees with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto. Candidates, please move your tassels on your caps from the right side to the left side. So candidates, you will now be seated and you'll be released row by row to come forward so that we may acknowledge your achievements individually.
Bachelor of Science in Business. Judy Nancy Rodriguez. Zenobio Francisco Aguilera. Jose Ambriz. Douglas James Wallace. Stephen Flores. Lisette Morales. Elijah Aguilera. Good to see you. Nathaniel Joseph Schulte. See ya. Saida Beckham. David Domar Valencia. Thomas M. Knowlton. Shannon Halpin. Mark Anthony Rosales. Daniel Vasquez. David Dominguez. Melissa Gonzalez. Rebecca Dolores Washington. Jessica Yvette Gonzalez. Guadalupe Ballesteros. Julio Guerra Jr. Heika Wassman. Yamiet Magana. Sarah Beld. Diana Gonzalez. Tiffany Renee Martinez. Irene Monique Andrade. Chloe B. Himes. Reese Lopez. Lisa Denise Stewart. Matthew Dean Baker. Andrew Higginson. Marcel Joel Singleton. Jody Slanka. Hi, Jody. Jeanette Guerra. Christian Paulina Montoya. Johanna Xiomara Escobar. Congratulations. Reina Isabella Medina. Ivan Garcia Enrique. We gotta slow down. Sorry. And now, a brief moment. Yes, please hold. Felipe Montes Rodriguez. Gabriela Espinoza. Benjamin Rock van Steenwijk. Derek Armendariz. Aaron James Gibb. Cassidy Ray Bent. Iana Joan Fanuguao Monteclar. Almost got it. Amanda Montes. David Letko. Keira Christine Reeves. Hi, Keira. Kelly Ray Monreal. Aurora Baraza. Teresa Ann Carlisle. Kristen Elizabeth Cano. Catherine Hillary Taylor. Curtis Tyler Viseth. Corey Van Amon. James Cook. Charles Guerra Sotero. Brianna Mendoza. Jose Velasquez. Jorge Enrique Quiroz Lopez. Jacob David Scott. Solomon Josefa. Saw. Markel R. Raymond Hill. Tony Williams Jr. Doesn't say what position he's playing.
Okay. On to the graduate degrees. All right. Will the candidates for the degree of Masters of Business Administration please stand and remain standing? Will the candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Business Analytics please stand? All right. Will the candidates for the degree Master of Science in Organizational Leadership please stand? Yeah. Oh. Oh. President Newkirk, the candidates whose names are printed on the program have satisfactorily completed all the requirements for graduation, or soon will do so, and are recommended by the faculty for their degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the University of Redlands and the laws of the state of California, I confer upon you the respective master's degrees with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto. Please be seated, and you will be released by row to come forward so that we may acknowledge your achievements individually.
Is that a good height?
I'll try to keep an eye on the hooding so it doesn't get too backed up, but if you can tell me to pause if you need to.
Okay. I won't be as fast as, I'm just not as fast as he is. Avery Elizabeth Henderson. Zulnira Baca. Isela Rodriguez. Mia Renee Michelle Timé. Katina Marie Clemé. Sheena A. Thomas. Just hold. Alicia Rochelle Prather. Erin Riley. Go to the other side. Jocelyn Barboza. Laura Tetzlaff. Suzanne Timani Takaidine. Joseph C. Roja. Congratulations. Alfonso Salas. Reggie Marcus C.A. Can we turn the volume up a little? No? David Paul Farmer, Jr. Nalini Fagu. Bindu Suresh. Wendy Su. Christina Marie Villegas. Jadine Anthony Michaels. Hi. Brian Miranda Quintana. Andrea Christine Case. Desiree Jacqueline Klimansky. Daniel Perry Lewis. Matthew Clark. Diana Margarita Castellanos. Destiny Marie Hernandez. Andrea Yanez. Marissa Ariel Kingsbury. Micah Renee Escamilla. Celeste Casas Chavez Sandoval. Mrs. Natalie O'Hara. Anthony Eugene Orr. Jasmine Caitlin Macias. Elizabeth Nunez. Melissa Rodriguez. Isabel Dora Gutierrez. Tracy Gomez. Eric Jimenez. Damian Strong. An Nguyen. Stella Kemontu Odieke. Shilpi Alam Khatun. Risha Taggart. Eric Jason Charette. Jonah Enrique Eves. James Bryant Potter. Phil A. Ojano. Miguel Angel Maciel. Abner Leonin Leopte. Yolanda Morris. Okay, we're going to pause. Master of Science in Business Analytics. Christian Angel Ballesteros. Jada Clay. Kyle Achilles Wingson. Jose Luna Curial. Mackenzie Lynn Sanford Pauling. Mariah Rita Gomez. Logan Andrew Moses. Filiberto Romero. Congratulations. Carol Ann Wright. Matthew Jordan Sylvester. Priyanka Somai. Aman Batangiger. Vincent Rietvold. Sonra Kapun Oku Koa Koa Aka Omo Oa Okalani Kam Grenez. Cynthia Alana Schroeder. Suzanne C. Ma. Michelle Jennings. Carly Savannah Schulte. Jenna Lynn Miwari. Archana Tananji Nikam. Mathar Valencia. Marvin Perez. Sean Andrew Caro. Pedro Flores. Jordan Nagra. Edward Patrick Perez. Claire Heidi Hansen Meja. Salvador Gonzalez. Okay. Amir Arif El-Arani. Tor Liam Makani Cole. Nathan A. Martinez. Evan Powell. Taylor Cariga. Thomas Philip Gersheimer. Brittany Diana Jean Nail. Svetlana Faris. Stacy De La Cruz. Jacqueline Lizette Escobar Gomez. Basma M. Kwaze. Kaylee Mariah Havel. Aaron Tengshai Vongsa. Leslie Ortega. Eddie Joel Moran. Mark Carlson. Ryan Smith. Alicia Magana. Ivan Zapeta. Benjamin Boca. Wyatt James Wallace. Hale Francesca Martinucci. Lorena Ubilus. Valerie Robinette. Jamie Lynn Bennett. Kaylee Spencer. Allison Patricia Bowl. Bree Nielsen. Mike Kimuo. Paul Charles Garris. William Thurlow Evans IV. Sarah Alicia Troba. Catherine Emigon. Taylor Brianna Bodovitz. Ivan Brezano. Ruben Cortina. Brooke Noel Hoffer. Joshua Tyone. Nominadine Magma Garav. Carly Lily Castro. Hi. Henry Delgado Regalado. Ashley Barajas. Frank James Kidd Jr. Fitzgerald. Matthew Fitzgerald Ose. Mason Messina Rowe. Maria Rafaela Tapia. Victor Hugo Gutierrez Oribe. Edgar Pahua Arango. Jose Marquez. Christina Ashley Sutton. Isaac R. Herrera. Daniel Aaron Lewis.
Do you hear that? That's your rocket engine lit. Are you ready to take off? All right. Congratulations to each of you who have earned this distinction, and I welcome you to the Society of Collegiate Scholars and to our prestigious alumni community. Next, I will ask Chaplain Walsh to close with a benediction before our student Charlotte Ford leads us in singing the Alma Mater, which is on the back of your program. Okay, now here's the important part. Ready? Following the Alma Mater, we will have a formal recessional, which is led by the people on the stage, and then you will follow. You'll be released by row to follow. And then after we exit the stadium, you can join your family outside, okay? All right. Congratulations, class of 2024. You did it.
Closer.
May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord's face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May the love of God fill you and empower you, now and forever. Amen.